is Strykes Sessions. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Strykes Sessions Season 3, Episode number 7. We are here today with Sebastian Flynn. He's a YouTuber, a filmmaker, comic book lover, movie lover, and we're just going to have a little chat with him today. So, Sebastian, who are you? Tell us a better explanation of who you are. Introduce yourself. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Sebastian, and I want to make films when I get older, but I already do now, so that's obvious. I come from Folsom, California. It's a boring town, but if you know where to look, it's pretty exciting. Like I go to school. I'm not homeschooled, but I struggle in school. It's not that easy, but it's fun to just kind of get through, make friends, and just to try and have the best time as you can. So yeah.
So I'm looking at your YouTube channel here. You've been doing YouTube publicly for about 5 years. Your first video dates back to 5 years.
Yeah.
It's called The Random Video.
It's a terrible video. It's like, obviously, it's just kind of like, you think you're creative, but you're not.
So I'll just start out with every question we've asked every creator so far. What inspired you to start YouTube?
Mainly, I'm going to be honest, mainly because I was bored, but also because when I was young, I always saw kind of like superhero films, just any film in general, serious, like funny, any film. So it's like you look at it and you just think, wow, I could do that. And so I just found YouTube and I'm like, that sounds cool. So I just got my brother and some friends and we just started filming crap, and it started off from there. It's just, we made cringy stuff like TikTok, which is like a very cringy short film. I was like 11 when I made that, but it was so cool to make that stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with Defendants. Like, I thought it was super good at the time, and then I look back now and I'm like, holy crap. So Demon is your short film, your upcoming short film.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of like intel on that and like just kind of tell us what it's about? Because we've only had a couple teasers.
It's like it went through like 5 rewrites because the original was like this cringy ass Venom ripoff, and it's just because I saw Venom, I'm like, ooh, that was cool. But and it started turning into just a very personal story about my life, but obviously in a very overdramatic way. However, it just feels like I want the film to just feel like it can reach to a lot of people to help them in any kind of way possible. Obviously, like, if it's just one person, that's great. But the whole film is really like, because I was picked on in school. I never had friends for mainly like middle school and like the end of elementary school. So for a while, I was very alone. I never really met people. Like, I talked to people, but I just never really made friends. And that's the thing. That's where Demon, the character, Simon, the main character, he doesn't have friends. He's very alone. He creates a friend in his mind called the Demon, which kind of inspires him to go on this vigilante run through the city. So obviously it's like binding my love of comic books with just like a visual art of film. So it's like, yeah, it's hard to describe. It's very personal. It's like there are moments in the script where I feel like, should I get this personal or should I just keep going with telling people this, whether they like it or not?
So you're kind of on the fence of like, of whether or not to put out your personal life and just kind of like show your past in that movie, in that sense.
Yeah.
Or in that film, in that short film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like in the movie, like I in the movie the character's beat up. I was never like beat up, but like verbally and mentally I felt destroyed.
So like, how did you get out of that kind of like chapter of your life? How did you start to break out of your shell, kind of?
I think YouTube, actually. Like it just helped. It helped me like I knew what to do now. Like I felt I wanted to go full forward with making films, because I always tried different things. Like I did boxing, I did a lot of other sports. Like I tried multiple things, but my mind always went back to film, because I've always like seen films when I was just a little kid too. So it's like it was always just want to say that would be cool in a film form or something like that. So it's always just I was just trying different things, and it's like. And YouTube just really pulled me out of that slump. And then other people say, like, hey, I watched your videos. Those are cool. Then I would just ask them, hey, do you want to be in the video? They're like, yeah, that sounds great. So it just kind of comes full circle into saying, like, yeah, like YouTube helped me out of this slump. And I just feel like I wouldn't be who I am without it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And I kind of feel the same way. Like, YouTube has helped me like kind of it's shaped me into who I am today, and like my definitely has influenced my like creative like skills and just like my eyes for things, you know.
Yeah. It's like you don't need a lot of subscribers to learn something from it, because I feel they say if you like need a lot of subscribers to actually get this fame and stuff, you don't, because I know people like there's this filmmaker that I love called David F. Sandberg. He's directed multiple films now, but he started on YouTube and he just made these goofy shorts, but he also made this very famous like short horror film which like escalated his entire career, but he only had like 10 subscribers with that.
Yeah, you just need that one piece and then you're good. So anything can blow up. So I see a lot of like comic book edits and like superhero edits. Are you, when you like, you know, when you're older, are you looking to make more superhero type films? Or because Demon kind of sounds like it's like based on a true story, or at least influenced by a true story. So what path do you think you're gonna go down, or do you not know?
I would say I do both, like just serious films, just nothing. It's not always gonna be like comic books, but comic books shaped who I am. Like I read a lot of comics and I still do, and it's I don't know, it's just like, and I feel a lot of people like to dismiss comics where it's just like they're like childish, like they're just kind of childish, but honestly they have very mature themes that I would like to explore in my life and my films and stuff. And me and my brother are actually thinking of starting to make our own comic books too.
That's super interesting. Yeah, well, I'm so hyped for Demon.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Like, this isn't official, so whoever's listening to this is not like the official date, but we'll see. Maybe somewhere like in May is when it'll probably be released.
I certainly can't wait, and I'm sure that everyone like who follows you and is subscribed to you is hyped for that. So, because I see like new posters and everything being posted to your Instagram all the time, and it looks super dope. Like the one you posted with the green glowing eyes is so dope.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's I
love that.
It's I don't know, it's just the comic book side of it, the stuff. So yeah, but no, it's thank you. I appreciate that. It's I'm excited to release that to people. I have a hard time with showing people what I've made because I feel embarrassed, and like mainly like my parents, like I have a hard time showing them, but like with Demon, I will be fully proud to show what I can do. And that's mainly the thing. I want to show people like as much as I can give. I don't really care about the get. I just want to give right now.
For good reason. I see a lot of Joker edits on here too. And you talk about Joker all the time. Do you think Joker will have some influence on the production, or at least like overall theme of Demon?
In a way, yeah. Except in like instead of the villain aspect, it'll be more of the like kind of like the hero aspect of why he wants to help people instead of like take away from people. That's the thing. Like I'd say like Joker is just that's like, I think to me more comic book films need to be like that, because I'm personally getting bored of most MCU films now. They're boring to me now. Like I love films like Joker, even if people say that's too dark or stuff like that. It's like that's kind of bullcrap. It's like you want to see what you can get from the film, and I get a lot of positive things from the film. It's like a lot of people cause the violence in this life. This film was more of a way to just show how we can stop that kind of violence and to just help people, because Arthur Fleck, the Joker, is a person. He's not some like villain in the eyes of society. We still, like in the film, we see him as a real person, how he grew into the Joker, which is a heartbreaking tragedy of a story. That's where I feel That's what's good about that film. And it's like, I think I want to show for Demon kind of that side, like what Joker shows, like the heartbreaking like tragedy of it. Like he feels so alone, he has to like submit to hurting people, but then he starts to throughout the film just kind of see what good he can take out of that. I think that's like important. Anything in a film, I think those are the best kinds of films to me personally, is like the darkest films have the most positive undertones.
Dude, I didn't realize you had so much like insight on all these films. This is really good.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's like I study a lot of films. That's like my main thing. That's why I do a lot of I'm starting to do reviews on YouTube too.
Yeah, so with the reviews, what do you have like a specific genre with the reviews, or are you just reviewing anything?
Like, I mean, like whatever movie I'll see that comes out, I'll review it. Like that's the main thing. Maybe one day I'll go back to some classics and stuff. So yeah, like we'll see where this goes. I don't know. The reviews are more for fun, where it's like Demon, and I might start doing vlogging again. I don't really know. That's kind of hard to say.
Vlogging is super taxing, even if you're not doing daily.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, like the vlogs, they're fine, but for a while, like when me and Seth went to those Good Ink meetups, they just felt awkward. I just didn't feel like myself there. Like I don't know. It's like Seth like said he's not there to make friends. He's there to do his job, which I agree. Like that's what I'm doing as well. But it's good to talk to people because like to me, I never really had a lot of friends. So whenever I see someone to talk to, I don't get clingy, but I feel like I need to talk to them or else they're gonna lose interest or something. Like that's a negative about me, and that's something I need to change for 2020, which will be epic.
2020 hype. Like everyone, I felt this yesterday. Everyone has the same energy about 2020, and it's like you can just tell.
Yeah, you gotta have that energy because if you don't, you're gonna fall back into slumps. It's gonna be 2019 all over again, which was kind of a sucky year if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it had its ups and downs. All right, so to wrap this up, do you have any advice? Because we're both small creators. We've both been doing it a while. Do you have any advice for any like potential small creators, people who who haven't started yet but are thinking about it, especially in this late time in YouTube, in 2019, almost 2020?
Right. Like I don't want to sound cliche, which I'll escalate to non-cliche, but just do it, because it's like if you're thinking about doing it, you're just gonna constantly think, but you'll never get it done. If you're just gonna think, you're accomplishing nothing. You just got to go forth, even if it's terrible. In one of my videos, I said like you just gotta make something, even if it's terrible. You could just make, like, you know The Room, that movie The Room, it's like the worst film ever made. You still gotta respect that film just due to the fact he just went out there and made it, because that's the best thing you can do, is just make something. You could have made like the biggest piece of shit in the world, but you could still have said, I made that, and you can't tell me otherwise. And that's the thing, because you just know if you do that, you don't get discouraged. You just know, okay, this didn't work, I'll keep going, it's gonna get better, I guarantee you.
All right, thank you guys for listening. This again was Sebastian Flynn, filmmaker. He went big brain in this podcast. I didn't realize he was so like I didn't realize he was so like in tune with everything, like all these films and like the messages behind them and stuff. Smart guy. Go check him out on YouTube. His links will be below. Go follow him on Instagram. That link will be below as well. Guys, thank you for listening to Strykes Sessions, and we will catch you on the next one.
See you guys. That was epic, man. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, we're trying to get out more podcasts for you now than ever. If you guys want to listen to more of our podcasts, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes. All of our important links are below as always, and we'll talk to you soon.